How's everyone doing today? Today is March 3rd. It's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
No, I'm kidding. So, it's a really good day. It looks nice out today. It was a red day. A lot of us had some stocks that, in so many words, shit the bed. And that's why I've been promoting throughout the Discord, promoting on YouTube, that you should be looking at bearish ETFs to hedge your bets. If you are involved in long-term holds, which every trader needs to be, you should have bear ETFs on speed dial, right? We see a red day, you get yourself in to some, SQQQ nonsense, you get yourself in those little baby ones, you're gonna hold for 3 to 5 days. As the market goes down, you'll make 10, 15, 20%. That's gonna allow you to stay inside your long-term holds and not sell, because you may lose 10% on a Tesla or 10% on an Apple, whatever it is, but you made 15 on the bear ETF. Now you sell the bear ETF, that money will now protect you and your investment. You can even buy back in lower now, right? So always diversify. I said this yesterday. If you are somebody who has 20 stocks in their portfolio, but they're all tech stocks, good job. You bought an ETF, but you just did it individually and stupider. Good job. If you only have 3 stocks and they're each 30% of your portfolio, you are dumb. You need to diversify. You need to have consumer cyclical, consumer defensive, technology, agriculture, cotton, cocoa, whatever it is. You got to find the futures at work. You got to find diversification. When some go up, others will go down. But in a bull market, the ups are higher than the lows. So make sure you diversify. Beginners who are new here, hi. This is a great channel for you for 2 reasons. Most people on YouTube are going to focus one thing. There's 2 of them. The guy who's like, here's what you got to buy tomorrow, ding, 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 watch this, and tries to get you to buy all that stuff. That's the first guy. The second guy is the educational guy. He's the guy who's like, hey, you want to learn how to do options or how to swing trade, and gives you like a 10-minute video. Everyone gives a round of applause, hit the like button, and then they're off with their business. I'm special because my mom said so. I'm special because I actually have a degree in education, and I have a degree in economics with the education and political systems, but that doesn't really matter. No one cares, right? So I actually have a degree in teaching. So I actually have a leg up on all those people, and I've been doing this for a long time. So I leg up on those people. I will not only show you some great swing picks you hold for 3 to 15 days, right? But I'll teach you what I see on the way. If you want to be educated along with having good picks, I'm right here for you. Hi, you rang, ding, 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 you found them. So also you get a lot of sass and sarcasm with me and terrible jokes, right? So you feel better about yourself. Like, this guy is horrible. Who likes him? Nobody. I'm just kidding. So if you're a beginner, I'll teach you technical analysis, everything you want to see in a stock, everything you were looking for. If you're curious why TikTok guy and Facebook guy see what they see, I will show you what they see and why they see it, and probably explain it better than they can. Intermediate traders, again, if you're not diversifying, you are getting yourself way too much liability and you're being dumb. I say lovingly. I'm not saying you're dumb. Your behavior is dumb. You as a person, not dumb, right? So I want you to diversify to new stocks, find some new value, and again, institute smart stop losses and institute smart price targets, right? We're not going to go to the moon every time, and we're not going to go and hit the floor every time, right? So be smart, be active, be proactive, all those kinds of great things. With that being said, if you enjoy this content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, a good 3-minute rambling. Everyone loves enjoying watching a guy in his late 20s have a midlife crisis and scream at a camera. Good stuff. Also, if you like this content enough, I guess a lot of folks do. I don't know why right now. I do know why. It's my hair. But I have a Discord chat. Not going to push it. I'm only pushing it hard. But again, if you like this content, you want to have more in-depth stuff, I do newsletters. I do live calls. I have coffee hours with people. All those kinds of things. Check it out in the description down below. I said the Discord. The description down below will have it. Check it out. If it's not for you, it's fine. If you want a 7-day free trial, just comment. I got you. We'll hook it up. You can come check it out. With that being said, 9 great stocks, beginners. Let's go. So as we can see above us, we have our trusty poop list. Again, I'm not going to change it until it gets really bad. You don't mess with karma. Poop has been good to us for 3 months out of 4. February is bad, so let's not freak out too bad. And then here's our good list for intermediate traders. As I always specify, beginners, please only buy from this list. Intermediate, use anything you want. If you are a beginner trader and you're a novice, Any of these down here, you can watch for educational purposes. These are definitely going to make you more money, okay? But they're also going to lose you more money, right? So there's plenty of times that this list outperforms this list, but again, that also comes with the idea that there's bigger losers on this list for sure, and you'll be bag holding. So much better beginner plays up here right now. So with no further ado, let's get into it. Our first one is BLD Top Build Corp. I've called BLD before, and it's a really nice channel up. And again, let's always zoom out for these kinds of plays. All right, does this look sustainable? No, not really. But we're going to come and just kind of do like, you know, from this time period, like for this year, that looks more sustainable, right? That makes a little bit more sense of how that, you know, you're going from 120-ish to about 190, okay, about, you know, 3/4 of a year to get 60%. That's not unheard of. Then again, you know, it's been kind of doing this nice wave up and down, and now we're pushing off. So again, this will not last forever. So if you do lose, don't be that upset, right? It's a really good setup because of the easy read of this channel up, once, twice, three, you know, anytime in here, 4 or 5 times it's lived, and now 6. And this is our first pullback, right? It came off really nice, hit our first resistance, and now it's pulling back. And that's normal, okay? Every healthy run-up has pullbacks right here. Oh, looking real good. Oh, shit. Oh, look at this really nice run-up. Oh, shit. Right here. Oh, we're looking really good. Oh, like, so this happens. So let's not freak out. All we're getting right now is a better deal on an easy play. If we were to buy in right now, which I'm not saying buy in right now, I'm saying let's let the day, you know, go by itself. At most, we're risking about 3.5%, 3.25%. If you're real confident, give this lower low. Okay, we're going to talk about, you know, 4% and some change. So not that big of a deal. And again, you know, you must risk something to earn something. If you don't want to risk more than 1%, you're going to have a real hard time in the stock market. And your worst move, 5%. If it hits her again, you know, that's already a 2-to-1. A full nice move to our next resistance, 11%. A nice full move is 20. So we have plenty of upward mobility. If you would have bought in the stock at any of these lows and held for at least, you know, a few weeks, you would have been doing much better off than you are now. So with earnings happening, earnings just happened. It was a huge rundown due to earnings. Is this technically over? No. And we've learned from a bunch of our plays today. COR is one. It's not yet done running down because of earnings. Band, which I got burned on, is not yet done running down because of earnings. So we're not going to jump the gun on any earnings play. As you can see, it's going back and forth right now. Let's give it a day, right? And I think the EMA lines are going to be in play, obviously, which may change our minds. But again, we see that band is a nice channel up. It's off earnings, so don't rush in. Even if the earnings look good, okay, it's going to be, looks like it's going to be what, tomorrow? Oh, no, it's on 223. All right, so it's been a minute now, but again, let's not rush in. Let's let it all settle, right? But it's a good pickup and a good value. Let's check the indicators. So here, this will change how we see the stock. And again, I don't look at indicators until I'm with you guys. I just scan off price action, and then I check these with you, and you can see what I see in live time. And again, I hit right-click, clear drawing set. That's how I get rid of everything. But don't leave the screen, else you're going to screw yourself. We can see that's bounced up to 200. Yup. It's looking real nice because of that. Yup. So if it breaks it and holds beneath it, we should change our tune a little bit. But until it really holds beneath it hard, I'm not going to freak out. So this one, I may give up extra risk because of the EMA line. Would I wait for it to cross over? I wouldn't. Could you? Yeah. If you want to wait for it to cross above the 50, I say it a lot. When the price is above the 50 and the 200, it's a great sign of strength. You're going to get a good 10, 15-day move after it retests and survives. I'm a big fan of buying into value, and I think it's a great value here. I'd rather buy in now and take on an extra, you know, take on the value of having closer risk lines and, you know, than having confirmation personally. It was just oversold, and that was literally only 5 days ago. It's still low, so that's a good sign. Stochastic is pointing down, and that's why I'm saying wait. We got to see if it's going to come down farther and then curl back up, or if the green vortex will take over. Again, the vortex was super low before. And now it's heading back up. And every time it's come down this low, what did it do? Come back up. This low again. It came back up. Over here. This low. It came back up. So I have a good hunch it's going to go green. It may have at least, you know, usually when it crosses, you have about, what, like 8, 9, 10 days? Yeah, 8, 9, 10 days of good green movement. So BLD, it's a great setup. It's very low risk. But again, you need to risk something to make something. If you're going to be Mr., you know, paper hands, oh, I lost 2%. You're not going to survive. You got to give something else up to get something, right? And again, our whole formula, we will win more than we lose, and our winners are bigger than our losers, all right? You're going to lose some. right? Michael Jordan even missed free throws. Okay, LeBron James even misses free throws. Everyone who's ever played baseball, you get struck out. Okay, we all going to miss something, right? But you can't get scared because of that. You got to go for gold. You got to go for it. You got to bet something to win something, right? So BLD is a great setup. CRSR is a really good setup. Now you're going to see this. Okay, we're going to see this, and this is a really, really beautiful downtrend. It's super gorgeous, right? And I mean that literally. It's a really even channel. It's actually really nice. So do I think that this is quite over yet? I don't. Do I think it should be on your radar? I do. This is a really nice channel, right? It's going horizontally, boop, 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 boop. Now that it's broken, I would be a bit concerned because of earnings. We kind of maybe have to reset some stuff here. But again, this is a really good support area. If it dies here, nothing else is holding it, so just get rid of it, right? There's no point of buying and then praying like maybe it'll, no. So you have, maybe 4% more to drop. If you want to buy in now, I wouldn't blame you. I would definitely wait for some form of life. I'd actually be more inclined to wait for it to break above our downtrend here. You can take this line like right here and come over and see that's probably too far out, but like right here and down, doing these, right? Until it gets above this downtrend line and shows some life, I would probably wait. Unless it gets down to maybe like 32, 33 bucks, you can buy in. If it drops down 2%, you cut it. Then it's a good value play. But it's an obvious horizontal channel. We can even look up the fundamentals, and I'll show you real quick what I do. Hey, live stream. No edits. I go to tip ranks and just type in CRSR. Behind the scenes for the people. And you go to tip ranks, it's a great website. Even our price analysts, okay, all analysts, and you got to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade for my Twitter, my Discord users. You're getting this. I'll do it for you. But 49 to 55 bucks in a year. It has great upside. Stock analyst says it's 7 out of 10. Everyone's bullish on it besides insiders. That's over the last 3 months. So again, like, am I super, super afraid it's not going to hold here? Not really. I think it's going to hold just fine. And again, it's good support area. There's no real trend line. We've had higher lows until now. But again, wait for it to break above this downtrending resistance here. Let it break above this, show some life, and then you can go long for sure if you want to wait. Let's check the indicators. So it should be a tad bit concerning. It shouldn't break the whole thing for you, but it was drawing off the 200, and we have since lost this line, right? So this will change the dynamics of what's going on. Do I think you should probably, again, put a lower ceiling on your guys' reward? Yeah. I think it may hit a possible 14, 15% at the 200 if it even breaks the 50. So again, it looks like you may want to wait for it to cross above the 50, which it doesn't seem to have an issue doing. Like, it's never had a real problem breaking above it until it's been on this downtrend that's been kind of bouncing off of it. So if you are a fan of waiting for a crossover, the 50 will be your guys' mark to go long, and then that 50 will be your guys' stop loss. Anyone who likes value, I'd wait until you see some green, then go long. It's about to be close to being oversold as you're going to get. Let's look at this price action since this pattern started, so like right about here. Let's look over. Does it get down to 30? Nope. Does it get down to about what looks like 33? Yep, and where we're at. We're right about 33 right now. So it's a good sign for reversal. Stochastic is low. All right. It could be a tad bit lower. And the vortex, again, is bottoming out very low, which means that we should see it kind of show some green soon. So CRSR, long term, it's 10 out of 10. If you are willing to hold for like 3 to 6 months, it's going to be an absolute banger. But if you want to have just one swing move, let's wait and show some life or wait for a 50 crossover. Next is FSM. You may see some more lines over here. It's a little more congested, and that's okay. Now, is this a horizontal channel? Absolutely. Is it possibly making a new trend over here? Absolutely. Because over here, we didn't really have many higher highs over here, right? We had higher low, higher low, higher low, broken. But over here, like over higher low, lower low, higher low, higher low, higher low, lower low. It's all over the place. So this is definitely horizontal action. But over here, well, we've had higher lows almost across the board. So will I be absolutely devastated if FSM comes back down to 615? No. And this is how you play a convergence play and how we do everything that we talk about on this channel. We have a very clear spot for reward and risk right here. Okay, we have two possible lines here. We have a trend line and then a weaker trend line and a support. Worst case, if it breaks here, you lost 2%. All right, you have a lower low from over here. It breaks down. All right, we lost 1.5%. I could even be bold and try off this trend line. If this doesn't hold, okay, I lost 3%. God forbid. I guess you gotta call, your lawyer's office. You gotta make arrangements. It's over. No, it's okay. It's 3%. But if it does dip down then to the 640s over here, we buy in and it goes up only, 20 cents. You just made your money back. All right. So you got burned once, but you're going to stick to it. You're going to have, tenacity. You're going to have good due diligence. You're going to set an alert right here at 628. Doesn't matter. That's fine. 632. You won't see mine because I have them turned off. But at 632 now I have an alert. Worst case, if it dies, I can forget about it. It hits that and I buy it back in. So, but either way, really good trend line. This is a very strong support, a very good resistance for bounce plays. Worst case, an easy 7% if it lives. Rant over, right? It is consolidating. It's going sideways. So again, this is a really good price, really low risk. I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. So it consolidates on the 200. See how it's going off the 200? Boop, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's definitely in rhythm of what it does. So I'm not too worried that's beneath it. And again, if you want to be Mr. Wait for a crossover, that's fine. Or if you want to wait for the 50 to come down farther, the price takes over that, gets consolidated with it below it, takes off over all of them, you're going to have a really good move because every single time it's been above the 200 and the 50. You've gotten 10% move. Right here, see I had test and didn't do it, and it broke. But then again, it did it and made a good 40% move. So again, you want to wait for a crossover, that's totally fine. RSI's dummy low. Vortex is still kind of coming down. No sign of life yet. I assume in the next day or two it should go north. And again, Vortex is dummy low as well. So you have to kind of weigh, do I want the indicators to be lower or do I want to have price action be held? And I would definitely put holding our price action above any indicator. So even though these are good, they're not great. You may want them to be great. I will take the price action over that. And let's say it does break down. Okay, it broke down. And if you don't buy in, better news for you because then you can buy right back in around 626, 625 and make a killing. And if you do buy in and get burned, you buy in lower, you do it again and make some money. But FSM is a great pickup. Next is JD, one of my personal, one of my favorite stocks because we actually one of our Discord people who's watching live right now. What's up, Ben? Ben called it over here. It was a 10 out of 10 call. My boy cut it, and then the next day ran up like 17%. So that was funny and sad, but hats off to you, bud. I do appreciate you fighting this gem. So JD is at a really good area of support. Before I even get into it, all right, here's earnings, and it ran down. Here's earnings, and it ran up. I don't know what this over here is going to do. All right, it's in 8 days. So I think there may be a run-up to earnings. Yeah, that's kind of the play here. I'm kind of hoping we can run it up. If it doesn't show life by Friday or Monday, don't touch it. Don't risk it. Earnings have been brutal, and so we're far enough away that I feel confident that it's not going to affect negatively yet. And again, if it does, well, right here at support, okay, it's old gappy gap here. All this price action. This is a good support area. It stops here. If it does drop down from here, okay, it hits the bottom channel, 2%, if that breaks, we get rid of it. We can wait for some life, right? So this is a very low risk play. But again, we have easily can see 5% on one easy swing move, easily 7. And if earnings does run this bad boy up, you can see over here, this run up to earnings was absolutely stupid. This run up after earnings was absolutely stupid. So I'm not saying hold through earnings, for the love of God. It's been a bloody mess with earnings this year. So don't hold through it. You can run it up if we show some life. If no life is shown, don't touch it. That's a very easy play for you. I hope my noobs and beginners hear it. Do not touch this until we see some life. But if you want to, you have to have a stop loss. Let's check the indicators. So this was historically over the last few months a great comeback king pattern, as most call it, right? Oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought. You get the idea. And we were just oversold, and we had a really good move up. So it may come down farther, but even then, we can put our cursor there and see a lot of action does break and consolidate around this 36 area. So it is pretty oversold. Looking back at the 200, that's the main one we look at. It breaks the 200. Okay, it broke it. What did it do? It came back. It broke it. What did it do? It came back. Right? It's just like a lost puppy. It comes back. So I wouldn't be too worried right now. But again, if it doesn't come back at all, do not touch. We can see the vortex is low. It could be a tad bit lower, but the red's also low. So that means that there's low red volume coming in too. And you can probably check this and see a lot of folks right now are currently selling it. You got some green coming in. But you can monitor these kinds of things and see, we have some red coming in, some folks not really digging it. And we're going to give it a little bit of time here. But again, at 10 out of 10 without earnings, but with earnings, we're going to take our time and see what it does. Next is NVDA. I think NVDA, and I'm not the most Wall Street bets kind of guy, but this is definitely discussed, I think, on a lot of these websites. And I can see why. Even me can see a really gorgeous, what the fun? We can even see a really nice trend line up, right? Higher lows all across the board, the major ones, and we can see at least a horizontal channel. You know, if we were to come over here, we can see, you know, at $509, it's definitely a go-go. But even over here, you know, around 514, it's a go. It's expensive, right? You may want to buy one share of this, right, if you don't have a big account. But super great value. What's the worst case? It breaks everything. It breaks all those. All right, 2.6%. Oh my God, right? That's $10 and some change if you buy one share of it. You're gonna be just fine. But again, you could easily see a 10%, 7%. That's 35, 40 bucks, 50, 55. You can see a good return off a nice move here at least. So it's a great value. It's a really easy trade. And again, the more expensive most stocks get, it's almost like you're paying a premium for clarity, right? Because only most folks who buy these are ones who are not going to be penny stock people. They actually value supply and demand and value good values. And it's a little bit more clear up in these areas. So again, super easy read, very low risk. I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. One thing I didn't mention was earnings just happened. So again, let's let it show some life because Lord knows earnings is a piece of work. It does consolidate on the 200. They didn't really do much there. So I think it's going to come back. Sure, I think it'll come back. I wouldn't wait for a crossover. It's too far away. But that will be a resistance moving forward, which may stifle some of your profits as it comes down lower. And if you can't get above it, you may be able to consolidate and make some moves. But that's fine. And again, also notice too, we're on the POC. That's going to make some consolidation. You know, from bottom to bottom over here was 19 days, top to top over here. 20 days, bottom to bottom over here. 8, top to top, 10. So you could expect the move to take about a week. So if you're down here and you want to see 5 or 6%, it may take a week. With that being said, RSI's dummy low, stocks dummy low, vortex dummy low. Everything indicates folks are going to start seeing this on their scanners and pick it up. It's a good pickup, NVDA. It is expensive, but it's a good pickup nonetheless. So next is RLAY. I like it a lot. This is definitely reminiscent of my older favorite plays, RRC. This was an absolute snack for like the longest. Like for a whole year, I was making dumb money. So RLAY is a very similar setup to that, but it is a new IPO. You can see it is brand new, right? It started off over here. It's showing some big peaks, so I have no idea. There's no historical data. Will it get higher or lower? But this is definitely at 37, a great value. It is, you know, 5% away from that, so if you're more risk averted, don't touch this one. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not saying, hey, I'm your new broker, go buy this today. No, if you are risk averted, wait, because it gets down to 36. Hell yeah, throw the bank at it, but like, you know, up here, let's see what happens with these kind of this week. You know, it could come down a little bit farther, right? It's still downtrending. But this is a great area of consolidation, right? It comes here and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We're down here. You could easily see 5 or 6% on one consolidation swing, which should take a day or two. So really good look. It is a broadening top, it looks like. And if you know anything about broadening tops or megaphone shapes like this, these do not last forever. This pattern will probably break after this next move. So I wouldn't put any emphasis on the shape at all. That's definitely a broadening top, right? This is definitely megaphoning out. This is going to become worthless. It will not get this high again. It's not going to do this, right? That's what dumb people think. Not going to do that. Now, will it possibly like come up to here? Yeah, it's totally doable, right? And then maybe it'll come down to here and then it may take off, right? But easy support area. Worst case on Ontario, you wait a day. You're risking 5%. You could easily see on one small move 15. So again, good risk reward. More risk, but more reward. If you're more intermediate, you know, smitten, it's a good pickup nonetheless. Checking the indicators, I would be more inclined to buy when it gets oversold because we've had success every time. But again, even where it's at now, it's dummy low. That's a great sign. It's showing some life. Stochastic's low, vortex is low, and it's showing some life. So again, I'd wait for, you know, maybe a candlestick setup. Maybe I'd wait for it to break above the POC. But, you know, you may take some time for the 50 to get down here. Then you may want it for a cross. That's fine. But RLAY needs to be in your guys' watch list. It is a great setup. It just needs to be more evident what it wants to do right down here. So next is RVP. I don't like that. There you go. Is RVP. As we speak, it's holding support pretty well. Now, support, you could easily say it's down here at $14. I wouldn't be mad at you, right? You want to say $14.38? Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at you. So, I mean, you have support anywhere in this area. That's fine right there. And it's coming down to it. Now we have 2 trend lines. This was the first one that we're playing for the longest. And that was my last time buying. I usually dictate these with the orange line. Last time we bought it, it ran up a nice, easy, 99%. No big thing. No, that was lucky. So really good run up. But here we have a new trend line forming, right? Once, a bunch of these over here, a bunch of this, a bunch of this. So this is a possible new trend line. If it does break this, I'm not going to be upset. But this is a really good setup, low risk, right? It may drop down 5 or 6%. Let's let it show some life first, right? If we see some green, we can then use the trend line as our stop loss. And speaking of the stop loss, I know the 200 is beneath it because it was on a scan. So let's look at the indicators real quick. So I knew that the 200 was in play just because I was scanning for it and I played it for. So we're breaking it. Should I be concerned? Not really. You can see over here, did the same exact thing and it came back fine. Over here, did the same exact thing. It came back fine. Now, again, this was like, a whole damn, month and some change. But I'm not going to freak out yet. I would insist, this is a rarity that I would say, wait for it to get above the 200. Once it breaks above the 200 and holds it, all right, you got plenty of room to run. That's a good sign right there. RSI's dummy low, stochastics dummy low, vortex is consolidating for a big move. We've got to see the green take over the red. So a really good setup. We just got to see it show some life over the 200. But if it does show life here, we got a new trend line, make this bad boy solid, and then we can run up this bad boy even more. So RVP, a great setup. Just let it show some life first because earnings in this whole season has been rough. Next is SDC, one of Daddy's favorites. Oh man, it's been a snack, and you can even take this and duplicate this here line and show that even here, it's been just a channel. Oh boy, Daddy's favorite. So this is like a PSNL to me. This is like a surf to me. Kathy Woods bought surf and ruined it, you bastard. No, I'm kidding. So if you're hiring, let me know. But this is definitely a good support area. It could be lower. Okay, it's not freak out. And a possible trend here. Once, twice, maybe. But this is a really good long-term hold. I called it earlier. I said wait for it, and it came down here and it ran up. And I want to call it again. Now, it's low risk. This all breaks. Okay, lost 2.5%. Let it show some life, then you buy back in. You could easily see 7%. Easily could see 14. Easily could see 20. SDC has just been printing us money like crazy. I like it a lot. It's still downtrending. Earnings, as you can see, is tomorrow. So put SDC on the back burner. Let's wait for earnings. Not going to do the indicators. My heart's broken. So let earnings come through. I mean, both times it had earnings. It crashed once and one time it took off. So I would definitely let it do its thing. If it comes crashing down to like the 9 and the 8s, we'll buy back in. But with the earnings, I didn't see that. Let's give it a day or two. I'm sad. And last for our beginner plays is TWLO. TWLO, right? Well, no, it's a well-known company. We all know about TWLO, right? It's a good-looking channel here. Maybe it's a fat one. Well, the channel is only about 5% wide, so I'm not freaking out about that. But even then, it's at the bottom. Okay, we're at the bottom of this uptrend. It's wicking down here. It's not a wick yet, so I'm a little bit concerned that it may not hold here. And if it doesn't hold, guess what? Strong support right here. Oh God, we lost maybe 2.5%. You sell it, you lost 3.5% after a good fight. It's again a freaking earnings play, so it's still dipping off because of earnings. So let's not freak out. Let's not pull the trigger too quick though. Let it show some life. When this thing gets going, green, 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 takes off. So we see one green one hold. Yeah, I can probably contemplate getting in. But until I see a green boy, I'm not really thinking about it. So I think this will be good for tomorrow to look into. But it's a great value, really easy risk versus reward play in this kind of market. That's what you want to look for. Let's check the indicators. So what I was hoping was that it was going to be like over here, how it bounced off the 200, right? Bounce. But it broke it stupid hard. Now, has it done it before? Yeah. And again, it came back, but it took a while. So I would wait for a cross to be sure, but that's not really, that's really advantageous with risk management with this kind of play because these are so far away. That I would like to see it, tap off here and then come back and get some life out of it. So plenty of rewards still. It's oversold, and every time that's happened, you would have made money eventually. Keyword eventually. Now on an uptrend, that makes it a little bit easier. So it's still a good purchase. Stock is low. Vortex is consolidating, trying to fight green. So good setup. But again, let's wait for at least one green candle before we go in. And there are 9 beginner plays for the day. All of them, again, with earnings season, with February kind of getting shaken off. Ooh, it's been a rough month. Let us wait for some confirmation, or at least wait for 1, maybe 2 green candles. A lot of folks have been rushing in way too soon and getting burned. I'd hate for that to happen to you guys. And again, I said it earlier, everyone is going to lose something. I mean, I batted like an 81% in November, like 75, 80 in December, about the same in January, about February, about 65, 70. So even a lot of us who are talented, to what's that even mean? But like, you know, anyone who's like good at this or experienced, even we have losses, right? And again, to leave the beginners with, you need to mitigate your risk. Do not be that guy bag holding, like, you don't lose until you sell. That is true, but there's opportunity cost, right? It's statistically proven that holding a stock for more than a year, you have a 99% chance of making a profit. 99%. Someone who bought GME at $450, not so much. But that guy who's buying CRSR, you know, a day too early, if you were to hold for 3 months to 6 months, you will go green, right? That's a very true statement. But your opportunity cost of holding this bag, like, I got it, I got to hold and wait, while every other stock that you could have bought is taking off or whatever, shows you that's not always the best strategy, right? Sometimes taking 3% loss to get into a stock that makes you 5% kind of makes more sense, right? So I would definitely hold the bag. If it's super bad, if you like got effed, all right, maybe hold it, right? And you just have to eat that until the capital's ready. Oh, otherwise, have a stop loss in this market, be smart. With that being said, beginners, you either have to leave, get out of here, loser, no, I'm kidding. Or you have to switch your brain, tick, 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 switch your brain into learning mode, not buying mode. Intermediate traders, I have some more picks for you. So if you're new here, new kid, for some reason folks love when I say that, I don't know why. This is definitely going to be with all the indicators on. We're just going to go quickly through these. I trust intermediate traders to do due diligence, diligence, right? So I trust you guys, and here we go. ADC, we called over here. What did it do? Exactly what Daddy wanted, and now we're back down here. So again, this is a great play. It also has consistently higher lows. So again, is that a little bit concerning? A little bit, but we also can see higher lows. A triangle starting, so that's a good sign. ADC we've called before. Go back and watch the old video. I don't know when. You can go look for it, but you know, here's your price targets. Good for you new kids. These are from older ones. So again, you can easily see 5 or 6%. Yup, low risk ADC. It's a good pickup. ALNY. It's also testing this 200, right? It wants to hold here. Can easily see 5% on one easy consolidation move. A possible uptrend. I'm not so sure, okay? But this old resistance is now acting as a support. If this is going to be a new pattern up here, we are getting in at the ground, at the ground floor down here. You know, maybe you're going to lose 3%, but you easily make 5, 10, 15% for long-term hold. ALNY seems to be surviving earnings okay. This old resistance will be a new support, hopefully. If not, let this baby break down, you know, like Darius Rucker, let her cry, and come down here. We'll buy down at 122. Sick 1990s reference for me. Let's go. AMGN. I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. The reason it's an intermediate play is this thing is stupid volatile. This thing will destroy your count a day. So you need indicators for this one. What's it doing, baby? It's a channel. It was a channel. It broke down, made a new channel, and now it's going dummy. Over here, your stop loss has to be 2%. You can make easily 5, 6, 7%. This thing, you know, it takes its time. When this thing takes off, though, kerchoo, like Evil Knievel, Steve McQueen, whatever it is, it will take off. Now, this is going to definitely take some time. It definitely has lower lows. Okay, let's not get confused. This thing definitely has lower lows. Now it's been definitely cruising up, so I'm kind of waiting for a really big sell-off. Maybe 214 I'd buy in. But again, you can even do a little pattern here, like, all right, you know, it's looking pretty good. It's uptrending somewhat. So it's a good one. I like it a lot. It's just not as much reward. It's going to take a while, but when the thing does take off, have a volume alert. This bad boy is going to start ripping, and it's going to be crazy. ANSS. It almost, you know, you change one letter, you got a funny butthole term. And you chose to watch this. I know why you're mad at me, right? This is what you wanted. It was bouncing off the 200, and it died. So is that concerning? You should probably look at why ANSS Inc. died, but this is still a good uptrend, right? We kind of zoom out a little bit. We can see, if it's been having higher lows, got a little bit too extended and it came back down. So even on the 1 year, the 200s right here, I would definitely wait for some sign of confirmation. It's earnings, all right? It's the devil in stock market form, reaping some more heads. If this comes down to like 300, yeah, then we're talking some good business. But over here, it's just okay. It can make you a bunch of money, but I want to see some green first, so ANSS has to be in the back burner until we see some life. Next is CANF. This is kind of hard to read, isn't it? So what we're going to do, life hack. Click anywhere here, a tiny bit, and then you can kind of make a custom box over here. So we can see CNF had a huge run up. This is one that we call it looks pretty cool. It went kerchoo and took off, and now it's coming back down. Now am I wanting to buy it right now? Possibly. I mean, it has a good uptrend if it does live here and show some life. I mean, it's going to be a really nice mover, right? So I want to see some green first. It's really kind of hard to read. You want to give it some time, right? And it's near the POC, which means it's going to consolidate. So can we get lower? Probably. Can we get, a worse deal? Yeah, it could be worse. So it's a really good look. The RSI is where you kind of want it, right where you want it, a little bit lower. Stock can be a little lower. Vortex doesn't really do much. So a good pickup. Hard to read, but a good pickup. Next is CEMI. We called it over here. I was like, hey, it's in channel. And it went whoopee. It ran like 20% the next day and some change. That was toit. And now we're back down here. Am I a bit concerned? No. Because look at, sell off. Bounce? Sell off. Comes back, right? Look over here. Sell off. Bounce. Comes back. So we're kind of anticipating this to be where it's going to come back at for real. It's, again, very low risk. You buy it now, maybe you lose 7%, which, again, is what's an intermediate play. But for a newbie, you can make 25, 30, 40% on a good move. So if you're a beginner, for the love of God, don't touch this, okay? You're going to be dumb, and you'll be like, oh, I bet this is a good deal. And then you're going to jinx everybody, and then you're going to be holding a 30% loss. It's going to be down here like $4, and you'll be like, you said to buy it, and then I'm going to get in trouble, and then YouTube's going to send the police after me, right? So, so don't be dumb. Right, just let the intermediate people trade this one. And you can see it's definitely it has some great signs here. It's definitely a channel, right? So it's a good pickup, but again, it's too volatile for you. You're too new. Intermediate folks, I trust you. Otherwise, beginners, touchy. Bad. CLOU. Again, the hell is it dropping off for? There's no reason why it's dropping. But do I care? Not really. It's coming right into the support area, right? Beautiful, delicious, tasty support area. Or is it here? Well, maybe. Is it down here? Well, maybe. But it's coming right down into support into a nice little cutie pie trend line. Do I want to see some life? Yeah, I don't want to buy in. This is a falling knife, right? This is like dropping off almost 9% in 10 hours. Don't be the hero and be like, I know where the bottom's at and try and grab this falling knife and get the handle. It's not going to happen, right? Let it show some life, right? Let it show 2 or 3 little greeny boys. It shows some life. You buy in. You get burned off that. You sell at the bottom of it. You're okay. So don't be trying to catch these kinds of things. But again, it's falling into where you want it to. Let's show some life. Let it bowl. You see the reversals? Look at this. Bowling effect. Look at this. Bowling effect. Bowl. So let it, start to kind of crescent out, and then you could buy in. But CLOU, a good pickup once we see some green. I don't know who Etsy hurt today. I guess the folks who buy all the paper mache stuff and all the, I had a good joke. I lost it. Damn it. I was going to make a good joke about sewing and stuff. Frick. It's all right, though. So it's kind of right in the 200 EMA line. Is this a great play? Yeah, you damn skippy it is. Etsy's a great company. It's been doing really good recently. But do I see green yet? And, I don't. So we got to wait. So I want to see some green. It's a very good deal. You're risking at most 8%, which is a lot for a beginner, right? And again, you may want to see it come down a little bit farther, or at least show a green candle, wait for life, right? This thing could easily come plummeting down to the 170s, so give it some time. But Etsy off of 200 is a good play. FIVN, this is a weird looking trend line because I cut through a few times, but nonetheless, it's a very valid area of reversal that's diagonal. And so we want to see it right in this area. It's showing some green. Am I convinced? Not really, not yet. It has tapped the 200 once, twice, 3, and 4 times for some good reversals. Could it easily see 168 or maybe even 169? Possible, and it's an earnings play, so we're going to wait until we see some really good green. But the possibilities are huge for a long-term hold. Make 5-6 easy %. Maybe you're going to risk at most 2 or 3 and then buy back in. So it's a good pickup. Again, if you're an intermediate trader, I would let you make your best decision. And again, look at this earnings. It ran up, crashed. Look at this earnings. Running up, and crashed. Earnings. Running up, and crash. And every time, look at it. Every time I did it, it bowled. Okay, it did this over here. It bowled. So it takes its sweet little baby time. Give it a day or two. FIVN is a good pickup. Earlier today, I found 4 FOUR. I was waiting for it to tap the 200, and by golly, it did it. So I think FOUR should actually be up there with the really good plays, but I'm lazy. I'm not going to edit. All right, so if you watch this far, congrats, you got yourself a little baby snack. FOUR is a great pickup. Now, it could be a tad bit lower. So I'm going to wait. Evan's going to wait for a green candle over the 200. I want to see it show some life. Boop, give me a little bit of life here. Oh, I'm convinced. But every time it's reversed, well, touch the gold line. Touchy. So I want to wait for it to come down here and go tap, boop. I want to see it tap it and take off. Let's also remember that the Grim Reaper himself, earnings, is tomorrow. So we're not going to buy it today, and we're not going to buy it tomorrow. Friday's a sell-off day. Shit. So maybe Monday, 4 will be your best play of the day. So let's give it some time. Again, this is a watch list show. I don't say buy, do not go buy 24 stocks tomorrow. Dummy. But I'm saying possibly 4 is a great pickup. In the future, it's very consistent. You should be able to make some gains if you're smart about it in the future because it's on a watch list. Right. PSTI is a bit confusing. It was like my PSNL, right? I was buying it at the POC. I'd buy it like clockwork. And then I got lucky. Got all the way up here, and I was like, I'm happy. So I sold it at like 1078, come back. It's like, see you later, nerd, and just took off. But off this is a really good area of support. What's the worst case Ontario? You buy in, and you lose like 3% off a small move. Okay, so you probably need to use like a better time zone, like 30. It's probably, there you go. Use like the 30. Or if it breaks the support and goes down like 2%, you get rid of it, right? But all you have going for you is a support area, which is not my usual convergence, what I like to see. But it's oversold and everything really low. It's a good pickup. Again, I would trust the intermediate trader to have their own definition of when to buy into and make a good decision. So it's pretty good. It's just a bit confusing why it crashed, and then it's making some life down here. Then last is SPYG. This is a spider index ETF of the S&P 500, so it reflects the S&P 500. And again, it's a spider ETF. It does have what appears to be a little bit, maybe a 2 times leverage behind it. I didn't do much research into this. And again, this is twofold. We're at a great support area, which means I'm guessing SPY. Oh, who knew? Look at SPY. It's also at the support area. And this is now down 1.4. Yeah, so it's about a 2 times ETF of the actual S&P. And so it's holding support here. This would be a good buy tomorrow, right? If it shows some life, you can make 4 or 5% pretty easily. And again, it's a good long-term hold. I always tell my folks in my Discord, on red days, you should look at BIB, right? Now this broke, so I'm a little bit concerned. TQQQ, again, it's not a discount. Again, it reversed here. Is it possible double bottom? Delicious, right? UPRO, another good one to look into. That's a Russell, looking like a snack. URTY, looking like a snack. And I guess I can just take SPY and go. So there's another one for the pile. So SPYG, you're watching the S&P. If it does good, you buy it. If it does bad, you don't buy it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And there you guys have it. 9 great plays for beginners and then additional picks for intermediate traders. Again, the beauty of this channel is twofold. A lot of these channels have one of 2 things. You have the educational folks who are like, here's how you're going to trade swings. And they give you like a 12-minute video. And it's okay. I appreciate it. Then you have the folks who are like, here's what to buy tomorrow. And they give you like 4 stocks. And it's like the same 4 damn things over and over again. I feel, it's not a fact, but a hunch. Given that my degree is in, history, education, economics, and political systems, I have a degree in teaching, and so I have the education part better than about 9/10 of folks, right, when it comes to this kind of thing. And then also with my experience, I can give you real life picks. So this is a really good channel for you. If you want to learn and have applicability, this is the place to be. I'm sure there's other great YouTubers I've never even seen before who are very talented, and you should go watch them as well. I'm not the kind of guy who's like, it must be me, nobody else. My Discord users have multiple Discords they're in, right? All the people who watch my YouTube watch multiple traders. That's really good. But again, if you want an educational experience that's real life applicable to today, ding, ding, ding. Really good stuff. With that being said, if this interests you, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I do appreciate it. Otherwise, have a good rest of your Wednesday, my dudes. No. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode, another watch list, the last one of the week. We'll see you guys then. Thanks.